Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning coaching with Jeannie. I'm here to give you an awesome coaching tip this morning as we try to work towards moving forward in our lives. I don't know about you, but oftentimes in my life, I've felt stuck. I felt like I have been on the rat race. I couldn't get ahead no matter how hard I tried. Every January 1st, I would come along and I'd say, I'm going to be thinner. We're going to have a happier home. Life is going to be great. I'm going to exercise more. All these things. This year has to be better than last year. And then about March came along and things started to slide downhill. And they just kept going downhill. And then every now and then I'd have this happy moment or this thing that worked out or seemed to align. And I was like, wow, I got this. This is so great. And then boom, another unexpected event would happen, throw me completely off course. And I'd be sitting on the ground crying and saying, God, is this my life? Like, I believe with all my heart that you, the creator that created us, didn't want us to be miserable, sad, remorseful, unhealthy, unkind. It's just not in our DNA. Why? We like having good things. We like living a beautiful life. But what happens when the unexpected happens? Somebody comes to your house and you think they're going to say good things to you and they tell you all your weaknesses. And you're like, what the heck happened here? And you wonder, like, why am I having all these trials? Yet when I look over at everybody else, their life seems fabulous. What is going on? And you wonder if there's really a chance for you to move forward, or you feel like you're moving forward and sliding back 3 steps. And now you're back in the muck and the mud, and you're wondering if you're ever going to get up that mountain. Are you ever going to get to your goal? And then usually what happens to us is we give up on our goal. Because we're so defeated and we have such that mindset of, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how to get there. And it can be really frustrating. Well, I don't want you to live a frustrated life. I've been there. I know what that's like. I work with clients all the time that struggle with this. And then you know what? When we start working with alignment, and I have amazing techniques that help us align so that we get our actions aligned with our beliefs so we can have the results that we so desire. And that's where my expertise comes in, is really working on alignment and filling in those gaps and pushing them over so that we don't have such a big gap so that we can move forward. Because the problem is if we have too many gaps in our life, we're over here filling this hole, we're over here filling this hole. It's pretty hard to stay on a straight path going up, right? Because that's why it's challenging to move forward, because it's not only forward, but it's also upward. So you have to have a lot of momentum when you're moving forward. You have to have a lot of tenacity and perseverance. And I believe you can do it. I know you can, because if I can, you can. Obstacles don't stop me anymore. We still have unexpected events in our lives all the time. Yesterday, nothing that I had planned worked out. Nothing. But I have a routine that I do. So when I handled the crisis, because we actually had a crisis, there's always crises in life, but they don't have to be serious, and they don't have to overtake you or overcome you. And the more prepared we are, the easier it is to get through those. So because I have set myself up and aligned things in my life to a certain extent, what happened yesterday was really easy to handle. It wasn't fun, but it wasn't devastating, and it certainly didn't put me into another spiral of crises and another spiral, because that's usually what happens. When we fall off the path of moving forward and we get hit by a crisis, something we weren't expecting, then we snowball down the hill. And we're back in the mucky river where we left, wondering, how did I get back here? Well, here's a first key. I love coaching with you. I hope you have a pen and paper with you today. If not, do it in your head, and then when this session's over, get a piece of paper and write it down. The first step to alignment and moving forward is knowing where you are right now. You see, we don't take enough time to reflect on who we are right now so we know where we're going. And I'm also going to show you throughout this series in this coming year how to deal with your past in a way that doesn't stop you or makes you feel like you're living in it, but actually dealing with it and using it as that pushing forward motion. It's going to be the catalyst that keeps you right there. It's going to be your roadblock in the back so that you can't fall backward too far. It's going to be the thing that keeps pushing you forward. We're going to let your past push you forward, okay? But in order to know how to move forward, you got to know where you are today. So I want you to evaluate today. I want you to ask yourselves this question. Where am I today mentally? What's my head telling me about myself? Where do I see myself physically? Do I have the body that I so desire right now? Where am I spiritually? Do I believe in God? Why do I believe in God? What makes me want to have a stronger faith? Or what does my faith look like to me right now? Is it strong? Is it weak? Where am I in my faith, on my spiritual journey? And how am I feeling about myself today? Because if you're going to be the camper that moves up the mountain, you're going to be the hiker. We're putting on our gear to go up the mountain, to reach our dreams, to reach our goals, to reach our visions, however you want to look at it, because that's what moving forward is saying, this is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want my life to look like. But if I don't know where I am today, I'm going to have a hard time getting there because I need to know what I already have, what skills I already have. If I'm feeling like I'm not very physically strong, then what am I going to do to make myself more physically strong so I'm prepared for this journey up the mountain? Most of us are not prepared for life. We really aren't. Hi, Stacy. It's so good to see you. Most of us are not prepared. And then when these crises hit, we not only have one crisis, but another crisis and another crisis because it all hits at the same time. So what are you doing? Like, if you don't know where you are, then it's pretty hard to move forward. And remember, moving forward is not for the faint of heart. It's not for somebody who's going to say, yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, I want to do this. And then not have perseverance. That's where my coaching comes in. I'm not going to let you give up. I'm going to run with you. I'm like a drill sergeant without the yelling. I'm going to run with you. I'm going to do these exercises with you. As soon as I get done here, I'm going to answer these questions too, because I want to know where I am right now. Because if I know where I am right now, I already know what I have to take on my journey. It's going to be a lot easier then to pack my backpack with all the other tools that I'm going to want so I can get where I need to be. Now I have a specific goal in mind, and hopefully by December I'm going to be able to share with you where I'm at and what I've done to get there. But I'm not going to share my goal with you right now. Right now, I just want everybody to look at, where am I right now today? And where do I want to be a month from now, 6 months from now? If you want to stretch it out to a year, go ahead. But sometimes I think we go way too far in the future and we miss all the goodness because we're so focused on the future. We're missing all the yummy stuff right here. So I want you to deliciously look at these questions and say to yourself, how do I see myself? How do I see myself today? Where am I on a spiritual level today? Where am I on a mental level today? Where am I on a physical level today? Where am I on a spiritual level today? Where am I emotionally today? And then when you're done with that, I want you to look back at your past. And I want you to say, have I grown? Maybe physically you've met your goal. Look at that and rejoice in that and say, man, last year this is where I was. This year, look at how much better I am. For me, I can tell you 8 years ago, I was always getting physically sick. Always, always, always getting physically sick. I got every flu that came around. I probably would have already had COVID, maybe even 2 times. That's how sick I was, because I was in an emotional state that said, I don't like who I am. Nothing ever works for me. Why is everybody against me? Do you see all those negative thoughts I let come from the inside and attack me? And that's where I was. I was divorced. Life felt hard. I didn't have a great emotional state 8 years ago. But when I look at it now, and I looked at how we handled the crisis yesterday, I started laughing and I went, oh my gosh, I've really grown in that area. I don't let obstacles stop me anymore. It was just a moment in time. And because we were prepared, we're going to be able to handle everything, all the backlash from that. Yeah, it's going to be inconvenient, but it's not going to stop me from loving myself, loving my children, keeping me moving forward, because all these other things, I'm so much healthier physically, mentally, and emotionally than I've been in my life. So if it's happening for me, I know it's happening for you. My clients are the same way. When they come to me, they're tired, they're exhausted, they've been on this rat race, and what they really want is this life filled with joy and happiness, and truly believing that this is the day that we should be having to rejoice every day. Every day we should be able to find something to rejoice about. But oftentimes we let the circumstances of life stop us and keep us from growing, or pushing us back down into that horrible mucky waters, and it's really hard to get out. And I don't want anyone to experience that. So as a life coach, I'm going to run with you. I'm going to give you tools. I'm going to make you just beam as you're working through this. But you got to know when you're ready to start moving forward where you're starting from. So a month from now, when you look back, you go, oh, hey, when I did this exercise with Jeannie last month, I was here. I was like on target. I was whatever. Oh no. Yikes. Why don't I feel so good about myself right now? Well, because I haven't been exercising. Oh, that's the key. I better get back on that track. And you guys, if you fall off, for heaven's sakes, don't jump to the big goal. Like, if you haven't been exercising, let's say you've been, I'm big on the physical right now, because that's where my focus is I'm getting ready for a trip in October, and I want to be in really great shape. So I've been exercising and whatever, right? And I build up to exercising. Well, let's say I haven't exercised for 4 days. I probably shouldn't go back to a 50-minute workout, okay? Start back on baby steps, especially when you've fallen back. Start little and build back up, and it's going to come back to you faster because of the beautiful thing called muscle memory. So it won't take you as long to get back to that 50-minute workout. But don't go full throttle in 50 minutes, or you're going to set yourself up for failure again, and you're going to find yourself back in that river. So gently get back up, okay? So I wanted to share that with you today. Stacy, thanks for getting on. You are amazing. Go out and have a beautiful day today. I'm so grateful for everyone. And if you would like to sign up for a free coaching session, head over to life coaching. Let me try that again. CelebrateYouLifeCoaching.com. There's a place where you can sign up for that. Also, if you're looking to sign up for the newsletter, just click on newsletter and we'll let you get started with that. And then you always get what's coming up for my Facebook Talks, plus lots of other little things that I put out there every now and then. I always give to my email customers first. So make sure that if you haven't gotten on my email list, you get on my email list. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you about today. Oh, yes. I am looking for faith-based moms to sit down with me for an interview process. I want to find out how you view your faith, how it works with your family, because I really see when we're aligning ourselves up that we really do need that spiritual entity. So I am interested in interviewing moms with children of any age. If you consider yourself faith-based, would you message me and we can set up a time that you can interview with me. And at the end of the interview, I do have a gift for you. So if you want to do that for me, I would love to hear your opinion. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later.